Today we're going to answer the question, how do I select a counselor? These are not original ideas. They're taken from the text, Choosing the Right Counselor for You, by Gladding and Alderson. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. The first step is being able to move beyond the stigma and any personal bad experiences you may have had. There's a lot of things out there that tell you that only crazy people go to a counselor, or that they may be judgmental of you. In some ways, we may think that no one will be able to understand what I'm experiencing, and I won't be able to find someone who validates and values my personal identities. You may have also seen a counselor before that was not helpful for you, or that you feel like you didn't connect with. In the end, we only regret the chances we didn't take. When to seek the help of a counselor? These are different examples of when it might be helpful to seek a counselor. You can read them for yourself. How do you approach someone who appears to need help? In a situation where you may have a friend or a family member who you think may benefit from counseling services. These are some tips that you can use to approach them and potentially help them to get the counseling that they might need. What are realistic expectations to have of counselors? It's important not to expect too much. Unfortunately, counselors are not magicians, and we can't make miracles happen. The process of counseling involves a considerable amount of work, both on the part of the therapist as well as the part of the client. It is a process, and with any process, there are going to be ups and downs. And we must remember that there are some goals that just aren't doable and others that are not attainable. What can counselors do and cannot do? Counselors cannot make changes for a client, nor cause people in your environment to change. Counselors can help clients build their lives differently or help them alter their environments in such a way that they may be more content, productive, or satisfied. Counselors cannot read minds, forcefully change emotions or behaviors without clients' sincere effort and hard work. Counselors are limited because people are free to do as they please. Honesty is one of the bedrocks on which counseling is built. The best way to predict the future is to create it. There are different types of counseling. These include individual, couples, group, and family. You may want to spend some time looking into these different types of counseling before deciding which is best for you. I am not here to be average. I'm not here to be great. I am not here to be successful, and I am not here to be happy. I am here to simply be all of me. There are different approaches to counseling as well. And so this slide lists a number of the different approaches that your counselor may be coming from. Your counselor may also use a combination of these. Again, it may be helpful to do some research on the different types of counseling so that you can identify what's best for you. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. What's the difference? In seeking a counselor, you may find that they have a couple of different titles, including psychiatrists, psychologists, social workers, and counselors. For the most part, if you're seeking medication management, you would see a psychiatrist. If you're seeking typical talk therapy, play therapy, or other types of therapy, you would look for a psychologist, a social worker, or a counselor. But this slide does explain what some of these titles typically focus on. What makes a good fit when it comes to finding a counselor? The best counselors are active listeners and highly empathic. It is important to outline the criteria most critical to you. Someone who is not going to judge you and who understands your culture, ethnicity, race, religion, or other relevant background. Be strong when you are weak, brave when you are scared, and humble when you are victorious. Questions to ask a potential counselor. In many cases, it might be helpful to have a consultation with a potential counselor before engaging in services. You may have consultations with a number of different counselors before you choose one of them. On this slide, it includes a number of questions that you may want to ask, but this is certainly not comprehensive. Grow through what you go through. Thank you for listening, and best wishes as you begin your counseling journey.